This is Deb from Dolce Bella Designs, and today we're going to learn a new stitch called the even moss stitch. I have a sample here of the even moss stitch. This is actually made with a cotton yarn, but it works great with acrylic yarns, cotton yarns, polyester yarns. It's just a simple, easy stitch. It's great for pot holders, blankets, tea towels, all sorts of different projects. Now the even moss stitch, we're going to start by making our slip knot. This is a very beginner friendly stitch. It uses two of the basic stitches, the half double crochet and the slip stitch. So I've made my slip stitch my slip knot, and we're going to start with an even number of chains. So I'm going to make 20 chains. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. There we go. We have 20 chains to start out with. Again, any even number of chains depending on how wide you want your project, what kind of project you're doing. Okay, once you've done that, you're going to start in the second chain from the hook. We're not counting the one on our hook. We have 1, 2, and in that second chain from the hook, the very first stitch we're going to make is a slip stitch. So we're going to insert, pull up a loop, and pull it directly through the loop on your hook. That is a slip stitch. If you need to review the slip stitch, I have a video on my channel for the slip stitch. The next chain, we're going to work a half double crochet. Yarn over, insert into the next stitch, pull up a loop, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, and pull through all 3. That is your half double crochet. It is simply a repeat of slip stitch, half double crochet. So now we're going to do a slip stitch in the next insert, pull up a loop, and pull it through the loop on your hook. That's a slip stitch. Half double crochet, yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, 3 loops, pull through all 3. And repeat, slip stitch, half double crochet, slip stitch, half double crochet. Okay, we're going to repeat that all the way to the end of our chains. I will meet you at the end. All right, I am at the end. I have 2 chains left. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to do a half double. I just did a slip stitch, so I'm going to do a half double crochet. And in the final stitch, or the final chain, I'm going to do a slip stitch. You're always going to start with a slip stitch and end with a slip stitch. For our second row, we're simply going to chain 1, turn our work, and in that first slip stitch, you're going to make a slip stitch. Then in the half double crochet in the row before, you're going to make a half double crochet. Slip stitch into the slip stitch, half double crochet into the half double crochet, slip stitch into the slip stitch, half double crochet into the half double crochet. Repeat this across to the end of the row. I will meet you there. Okay, I am at the end of my row. I have 1 half double crochet stitch from the previous row and 1 slip stitch. I am going to half double crochet in the half double crochet, and I'm going to do a slip stitch in that final slip stitch. And I have completed row 2. I'm going to chain 1 and turn my work. Again, so we're going to repeat row 2. Again, you're always going to start with a slip stitch, and you're always going to make the slip stitch in a slip stitch, and you'll always end with a slip stitch. So slip stitch into that first stitch, which is a slip stitch from the row before, half double crochet into the next, slip stitch into the next slip stitch, half double crochet into the half double crochet, slip stitch, half double crochet. Again, this makes it's a very dense fabric, and it makes it does create some texture because of the different heights in the stitches between the half double crochet and the slip stitch. So you do get a little bit of a really neat texture in the fabric, but it is fairly dense. I like to use this stitch for things like dishcloths, wash towels, tea towels. I've used it for baby burp cloths, baby bibs, all sorts of things like that. But it does work great for blankets and other types of projects, hats, scarves. It's also very good for that. As you can see, there's our end of our third row. It is the same on the front as well, on the back as well as on the front, and you can see here the little puffs that are starting to form. So that's where your texture comes, or what creates your texture, and it's the height difference between the slip stitch and the half double crochet. You always, at the end of the row, once you finish your slip stitch, always chain one to be able to turn, and then you're ready to begin the next row, starting with that slip stitch, then the half double crochet. And that is how you make the even moss stitch. Again, it's a beautiful stitch. I've created a dish rag right here, also great for pot holders. You can see this is made out of a cotton fabric or a cotton yarn, so it's not near as stretchy, but it does create a beautiful texture, and it is fairly dense. Thank you so much for joining me today at Dolce Bella Designs. I hope that you find this stitch tutorial very helpful, and that you've learned a new stitch to create and use in your next creation. As always, thank you for stopping by. Please do not forget to hit the subscribe button and the like button. And also, please leave comments. Thank you.